I miss Logan.
I miss Logan.
And look, he just sent us. Logan's texting us right now.
Is he?
He's
What?
sending us the information for our
Oh,
Blackwolves Zoom account info. It's okay. It's all
I'll
right. It's a
I'll
mini
just
cast. This won't last long.
I'll just screenshot that for later.
Yeah.
That way I'll have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to a rare edition of the Packcast.
Oh, is that my cue? Oh, this is
No.
already a mess. I'm Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
And
And
do we have anything to sweep around the house before we dive into our mini Packcast today?
there's exciting things happening right now. Just I think generally we can say Logan's on set for something today.
Yes,
I'm gonna
we
be
can.
on set for something tomorrow. I've been working real hard,
Yes,
and
work, Jacob,
we
work.
are still putting together a lot of content for you guys to consume. So don't you worry, everything's in the works, and that's all I got to say about what's up. What about you, Jeremy?
I mean, yeah, we're hard at work, coming up with new content, making podcasts, recording covers, being on set in our general lives, storyboarding some music videos.
Okay.
Just keep an eye out.
Progress is being made.
That's right. Just keep an eye out. You heard? Speaking of music.
Yeah, let's talk about music.
Let's talk about music. Jacob,
Uh-huh.
I love your music taste.
Oh,
I
thanks.
feel like sometimes that we are very similar in our music tastes, and other times you hate my favorite artists.
Just a couple of them.
Really. Just a couple of them. It's fine. But one artist that we can always come together on is the infamous artistic genius himself, Kanye West, who has just released his 10th studio album, Donda.
Yeah.
Donda.
I like this album. I do like this album. It's a long one, but pretty consistently good.
This is going to seem so stupid to say, but I had a good feeling about this album when I saw that there was no album artwork for it. I saw it and I was like, oh, this is very un-Kanye like.
I thought it'd be a picture of the house for sure.
I thought it'd be a picture of the house. I thought there was album artwork that he tweeted a long time ago that he was like, this is the artwork. And then there was like a secondary one that was also like really good. And then I thought it was going to be the house.
Yeah.
But it decided to drop with no album artwork. And I'm the type of person that it's like, I always love to look at an album cover before listening to an album, because before even the music starts, like that's your tone setter.
Yeah.
And this tone setter for this album is just emptiness. There is no tone setter.
Yeah. All black.
So I was excited to jump into it, even though I was kind of peeved at Kanye for the night before, where he had his third live showing in Chicago, and he had recently outed as homophobe DaBaby and under investigation for like sexual assault Marilyn Manson. Two people who are under fire right now, and both were actually featured on the album, then taken out, then put back in as like part twos. There's kind of like a deluxe side to this album. So all those part twos is usually where I stop listening, not just because of DaBaby and Marilyn.
No, I've had enough though. I'm like, I've heard these songs already today.
Yeah.
27
This is a 27 an hour and 49-minute long album that's really just a 23 track album with 4 deluxe cuts.
All clean
because this is technically a gospel album. And I think Kanye meets that gospel line. He approaches it a lot less like secular than he did with Jesus is King. Jesus is King is like, this is gospel. you're my fish fillet, or whatever the line was.
Yeah.
And this one is a lot more of like if this is like graduation Kanye and this is like Jesus is King Kanye, then Donda's like right here.
Got you.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just based on first listen, I got a lot of Yeezus vibes. I got a lot of Life of Pablo vibes. Of course, some Jesus is King vibes.
Yeah.
I know when he dropped Life of Pablo that he was like, this is a gospel album. And I think this is a lot closer to what that vision was supposed to be.
I'm gonna say that this is similar to the Life of Pablo in that it's got a lot of energy in the album. I was listening to it today, like seeing which songs would go good in my gym playlist, and I was like, pretty much song after song, I was adding it to the playlist.
Really?
And I was skipping, the slow ones.
Yeah.
Donda, I don't need that.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna work out. yeah. I'm not gonna work out to like Jonah.
Yeah.
That's
fair. No Jonah, no Jesus Lord.
No, but definitely, God breathed, Off the Grid.
Off the Grid. Hurricane?
Yeah, Hurricane. It's in there.
Okay.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna pull up the playlist and just tell you which ones are in there. All right, Jail, God Breathed, Off the Grid, Hurricane, Praise God, Okay, Believe What I Say, 24, Remote Control, and Heaven and Hell.
24. That's a very interesting gym cut.
I need it for a break because you gotta slow down sometimes at the gym and
true.
Relax a bit, take it easy.
That song was inspired by Kobe Bryant.
Of course. 24 makes sense.
I'll say my favorite songs off Donda are God Breathed, Off the Grid, Hurricane, Jonah, Junior, Remote Control, Moon, and New Again. And honestly, I really like the title track. I know the title track is just like a little bit of singing with a lot of Donda West, Kanye's mother, her voice. And it's really just like it serves as an interlude for the album, but I don't know. Like I find myself continuing to go back to it, not only for that, like forever, very 808 and Heartbreak. Yeah. And then it's a kingdom of forever. It's just like, I don't know. There's a lot of this album. Like this album is a constant like ascension, right? Like this is like that, like you have these like beautiful heavenly organs, but then these drums that are so like muddled and undercover and like
it's like your heart
dark and like deep. I constantly feel like I'm like pulled up and then like the drums are like trying to like bring me back down. And I think that explains the lack of drums like just on this album, the lack of hi-hats, which is like very popular.
Yeah,
like trap.
Very cool that it was a lot of 808s and kick.
Whether the album cover stays unidentified and non-existent or whether he adds something, I guess is another topic. But
yeah, it's not unlike Kanye to edit his project.
Exactly. But for a tone setter, I like really resonate with it. And even though it's just the black square, like it feels very, very powerful, and it's black. It's in mourning for his mom. And this album constantly feels like we are in this like dark space, and there is light and there is dark, and like the light is trying to pull you, and like, but you're still in the darkness. And it feels very, very topical to like what Kanye has been going through socially, in his love life, mentally.
I bet this is a time of his life that he wishes that he could talk to his mom a lot. So he's speaking to her through the music.
Yeah.
Like he does,
And like, yeah, there's some like filler tracks. There's some like tracks I could do without. But I think it's like the experience that Kanye brings us like time after time, whether or not like the like to say like gosh, it's just so
yeah.
I don't know what to say. It's an experience. Listening to Donda is an experience.
Yeah, going back to your ascending imagery, like it makes me think about his first live stream where he was ascending on the wires.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the first one
No,
or
I think that was the
the
second one.
second one? I think the first one he was just working out to
Yeah,
the
it
album,
was
right?
just him, like just like moving around and kind of chilling. And the second one had a bit more like stage presence to it.
Yeah,
And the third one was like its culmination.
very cool.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Very cool. I
Yeah.
thought it was a cool rollout. It was like a very nice press package that he like curated himself. It felt like.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
feel like
Kanye always has like for better or for worse, for controversial or not,
right.
his rollouts are always an event.
True.
It's like you always know when a Kanye album is coming out, whether you're into Kanye or not. I've
Yeah.
even heard like my parents like talking about like before the album being like Kanye album's gonna drop soon. I'm like, oh yeah, I know.
Mhm.
It's only been a few days since it came out and it's a very long album. But if you had to give this album a rating from 1 to 10, what would you give it, Jacob?
Honestly, I give it a 7.9.
0.9.
7.9. It's almost an 8.0, but it's a 7.9.
I'd give it that extra tenth and just give it a solid 8.
Okay.
Solid 8. I haven't seen this album get ripped to shreds by like music publication, and I see their complaints, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm like, are you really talking about the album, or are you just talking about the person?
Yeah.
What other music have you been listening to, Jacob?
Well, as you know, I sent you an album today.
Yes, you did. I did not get to finish listening to it.
That's okay. But of what you heard, did you like what you heard?
Yeah, I did. It was I well, first, Jacob, why don't you tell us what the album
All right. This
is?
album is called Tako Tsubo by L'Imperatrice.
Mm.
And the album is in like French and English. It's very funky, very laid back, very cool vibes. I
Yes.
was saying to Jeremy, it's like a cool breeze on a hot day.
And I said to Jacob, I
It's
was like, this is a great like September vibe,
yeah,
where it's like summer's ending, fall starting, but it's still kind of warm. Cool breeze on a warm day for sure. And I was walking while I was listening to this album, and it was definitely a warm day, and there were some cool breezes going on. So I was like, this is pretty
yeah,
perfect. I wish I was chilling by the pool, chilling out, like listening to this album.
yeah. I'd listen to this album anywhere. I was listening to it through my speaker on my fire escape, and it was just like I felt the cool breeze.
Yes, yeah, it's very funky. It and like jazzy also.
Yeah, it's
Um,
alternative, funky bass lines throughout.
I was vibing with it. I really liked God, I'm gonna murder this L'Equilibriste track 5.
Okay.
I really liked that one. It was doing some cool stuff with like playing instruments like backwards, and I like
Nice.
Tenet, so I was into it.
Yeah,
Um
absolutely. I like Anomaly Bleu.
Anomaly.
It's track one.
Oh,
It just
track
it gets you into
one.
the
Yeah,
album.
it does.
It
As
gets
soon as
you
I
into
heard
the
it, I was
album. It's
like,
the first
this
one I
is
heard.
yeah, I was like, this is the vibe, and I'm already here for it. Well, I have, and I know you've been listening to this too.
Mhm.
CTV3 Day Trippers Edition
Oh
by
my
Jaden.
goodness.
Yes,
Yes, another
abs
cool breeze.
another cool breeze. Absolutely wonderful. CTV3 came out last year.
Yeah. Last
This
May. No, last end of summer. It was like September 2020.
Now Jaden has released this Day Trippers edition, which is kind of almost like a deluxe version, but the track list is different too. So it's not just like CTV3 plus, however many new songs, but it's more of like a reimagining of it.
Yeah. Which he's
And
done before with like electric versions
yeah,
and the like.
I mean, I feel like most of my standout tracks are the same from CTV3. So like Falling for
Oh, okay.
You and
Yeah.
Lucy and
I
uh
mean, but there are some standout new tracks.
yes, I really like Your Voice / Bethel, New
Slash-
York. I think
Absolutely.
that's my favorite new track.
I like Still in Love a lot. Our psychedelic love story
Mhm.
is like a masterpiece. I wish that I have the stems for that song because I'd love to hear like just solo vocals. Um, Laurel Canyon's a bop, and then Summer was dropped as a single along with Bye, but like those
Yes,
two are like
summer.
it is in the suburbs.
If you haven't listened to CTV3, we highly recommend it. It's a different Jaden than you've heard before. Yes, it is still like hip hop and rap, but it's also very alternative. It's very guitar focused. I think he takes a lot of inspiration from the Beatles.
Oh
And
yeah, have you seen the intro video?
yeah, the intro video on the Day Trippers edition is like 4 Jadens, and it like I feel like I've seen like a picture of like a Beatles interview like that, where like one of them is just kind of like laying down and like not really interested, and one of them is like very proper and into it, and the other one's just kind of like laid back and stuff. Like I
Yeah,
always love the world that Jaden creates around his album. I love that when any artist does that. I think that's why I really appreciate Jaden. I really appreciate like Kanye.
yeah. He
They
becomes
always
a
make
character.
exactly same thing.
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator does that all the time. Every new album is like a different character.
Yeah.
um I love it when artists do that. It really
Tyler
helps me.
Baudelaire.
Tyler Baudelaire, yeah. This new Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar track, Family Ties. I am a big fan of Kendrick Lamar. I am a big fan of Baby Keem. They are cousins and thus family ties.
Nice.
I'm ready for new Baby Keem. I'm ready for new Kendrick Lamar, as I'm sure a lot of us are. But
Nice.
Baby Keem is just kind of like raunchy and like yelling all the time and like making good music. So I play this track at least daily since it's dropped.
Nice.
And it just like that's a good gym song. That's a good gym song.
Nice.
There's three beat changes, there's crazy flows and
I
no
love that.
hook, and Kendrick and Baby Keem trade bars in it for a little bit. It's awesome.
Yes, I heard it. Yes, that was good. That was good.
Yeah,
They really know what they're doing.
they do. I love them.
There are two singles off of the new Kacy Musgraves album available: Star-Crossed and Justified. Both
Mm.
very nice. The guitar is it, I love it when a guitar string is plucked and it feels like my heartstring is plucked, you know?
Mm.
It's a great feeling.
Oh, that makes me I want to listen to it like right now.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that feeling.
absolutely. And also, there are two singles off of the new Wiki album, Half God. Pretty good. I love his New York flow.
Okay, I haven't heard Wiki in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Wiki, underground New York rapper.
He's got a song with Earl Sweatshirt on this album.
Oh, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah,
It's
me too.
listed in the track list, but it's grayed out because
Oh,
the album is not out yet. But
interesting.
yeah. Other than that, I've been listening to some oldies, but you guys don't seem to like the oldies.
Uh, well, define oldies, because I really like like 60s, 70s, 80s, like funk, R&B and
Yeah.
soul music. That's what I remember uh my dad listening to like when I was like real little, like Al Green, Earth, Wind and Fire, Barry White,
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
kind
That's
of
classic.
vibe. And those are oldies, those are old
Yeah.
songs.
Those are old. Yeah.
But I'm
I
assuming that you haven't been listening to those same people. No. Who have you been listening to, Jacob?
I recently listened to a Carole King song from 1972
Mm.
called Feeling Sad Tonight. Your
Oh,
boy likes to be in his bag.
were you feeling sad that night, Jacob?
I may have been, but it's
Oh,
okay because like this song makes me feel happy in its arrangement,
okay.
and that's an instant mood lift. Um, just to know that someone else is feeling sad, but also that it's catchy. It's not. I wouldn't say catchy as fuck, but I say it's a catchy
Ish.
song. It's she switches up the flow.
Mhm.
Carole King. It almost sounds musical theater in the way that she switches up the flow though, because
Mm.
it's like I can picture her like on a stage and then the lights shift and she's in a different costume, you know? That's about it for me. What about
Okay.
you, Jeremy? Anything else before we sign off?
Not actively listening to this, but I'm playing a game called Neo: The World Ends with You, and like one of like it's a sequel to an older game called The World Ends with You, and one of like its like standout like quirks is that it has a really eclectic and awesome like soundtrack. So like one song could like start off sounding disco and then have like a like heavy metal breakdown and then go to like a rap bridge. And it somehow all like comes together really nicely with this hybrid mix of like Japanese and English vocals. So I listen to some of those songs sometimes. Video game music keeps us focused because that's what video game music is usually made for you to stay on your
Yeah.
task and progress through the game. So I think a lot of those would make really good gym songs. I could send you a few.
Okay.
And I mostly like listen. I'm not really streaming it, but like when I'm playing the game, I'm definitely like just pausing the game just so that the song keeps going, and I don't mind having it in the background while I like scroll on TikTok and stuff like that.
Nice.
I know you're not a big Drake fan, but tonight we are getting the next Drake album, CLB, Certified Lover Boy. I'm excited for that. Always excited to see
Champagne Poppy.
Champagne Poppy, where well, you know, one of the biggest rap stars ever. I'm always excited to see where he goes next, and I'm really hoping that that album cover with the 9 pregnant emojis is not the actual album cover, because I hate that.
Oh, please don't be. Yeah, it's so corny. Like he could have made that like on his phone in his notes app.
Like
Jeez,
I know I just finished being like, wow, Donda having no album artwork is so moving, but like really like emojis on a
Yeah.
white screen. Come on,
Do
Drake.
better, Drake.
Do better. Do better, Drake. It's been a while since I've done a do better.
It's been a while.
Are we gonna do recommendations? I feel like we've just been recommending.
We've
stuff
been recommending all day. No, let's cut this music cast short.
Yes, this is a short, a mini. Bye.
See
This
ya.
is a mini music podcast. Thanks for watching. We hope that you like some of these music recommendations, and we hope to hear some of your music recommendations. Hopefully next week Logan will be back with us and he can tell us what he's been listening to.
I'd love that.
But until then, check out Donda, check out CTV3, check out please insert French name here.
Oh yeah. Let me read it one sec. It's Tako Tsubo.
I think that's the name of the album.
Oh yeah, listen to that. Oh, we have to say their name. By L'Imperatrice.
Okay, I guess we didn't have to say the name, but it's fine. Check out all the music that we've been talking about. Make sure you like, leave us a comment, subscribe, maybe click on the bell if you want to be notified about the next podcast or music video. I don't know. Next thing might be a surprise. You never know what you're gonna get with Blackwolves. But I do know that I'm Jeremy Van Suarez.
And I'm Jacob Wade.
And thanks for watching. We bid you adieu.